So I guess the first question is, what's your name and how did you get involved with backup?
Okay, so my name is Rich. I'm 32 years young, and I had my spinal cord injury back in 2009. So I had a bit of a scuba diving accident, and that's resulted in me kind of being paralyzed from about T4 level down. So I kind of spent five or 6 months maybe in the spinal unit up here in Scotland, the one that we have for the country in Glasgow. And then returned home once discharged out into the community. I kind of plugged myself into kind of rehabbing at home after that. Uh, in terms of kind of my involvement with the charity and my backup journey, I first got involved with the charity when I was an inpatient in 2009. Some wonderful staff member from backup came along to do a wheelchair skills session, which I went along to, and kind of realizing the importance of these building block skills, these fundamental skills to allow me to be active and independent and as close to how life was before for me as an active guy. So yeah, very much enjoyed that session, and then a few years later got involved in a course. So one of the courses that Backup offered, the ski course to Colorado for paraplegics. Best thing I've ever done in my life, hands down. So that was a great experience. And then luckily, a job came up here in Scotland to look after kind of Glasgow in terms of the charity's operations. I was fortunate enough to kind of get the gig, and now my journey's kind of come full circle. So yeah, it's great.
Oh, good. Thanks, Rich. And how are you keeping active? Talking about you've been active guy before. How are you keeping active now? And beating the boredom now we're all in lockdown.
Yeah, so as I say, quite an active guy. Can't really sit still, so it's nice to have things to do. Before, I was very much kind of getting out, going to the gym, doing things kind of socially in the community to stay active, sports clubs and things like that. Whereas now, obviously with lockdown, these things have changed quite a bit. So now I find myself staying in the house. I'm lucky enough to have some dumbbells and stuff in the house. By all means, you don't have to have dumbbells. You can just use heavy cans or jars in the kitchen, But I think it's important just to keep going and keep as fit as you can. I'm very fortunate. I've got a set of kind of rollers. So if you imagine a treadmill kind of thing for wheelchair users, for those with spinal cord injury, which is great. So it can allow me to kind of push in front of the television. So yeah, great.
Oh, good. Excellent. And what going back to thinking about when you were first injured, would you have any gems of pearls of wisdom that you'd give as advice for newly injured people?
Yeah, I think reach out is the main one. So kind of looking at people that can help out in the community. That might be on a local level, that might be on a national level, but the charities that are around to support individuals with spinal cord injury, to support individuals with physical disability, are great, and really are kind of a lifesaver for me. I've always been pretty positive about the whole thing, but these charities just take it up to another level. Instilling confidence in you, instilling independence in you, and finding kind of networks in your local communities that you can get involved and get to where you want to be. So yeah, reaching out is very important.
Brilliant. Sure, and that kind of leads me into in terms of backup. How do you get in contact with backup?
Yeah, so a
If you want.
variety of methods of getting in touch. But the main one would be I would suggest calling the office down in London. So the UK-wide charity operates all around the UK, but the main office is in London, and the number for that is 020 8875 1805. Alternatively, you can email the guys at the outreach team. So that email address is outreachandsupport@backuptrust.org.uk. And also, if email isn't to your speed, and social media is, across all the social media platforms, so your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks, Rich. That's great.
Thanks, Luke. Cheers.
Cheers.